Somebody let me know when you can hear me and when you start wondering, where the hell is she today? That's not what I want to see. I want to see who's in here. Hi, everybody. If you can hear me, just somebody say something. Let me know you can hear me. I'm trying to let you in as we go. Having a little bit of difficulty. Let me take a big deep breath. That'll help me. Oh, that worked. Okay, now I go right here, and then I go here, and then I go. Could somebody just unmute themselves and let me know if you can hear me? You guys trying to figure out where I'm at? Oh, there's a dog. Can you guys hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell where I'm at? No.
Looks cold.
This is the boat I've been staying on. I'm in Ketchikan, Alaska. Isn't it beautiful? I want this boat right here, but it's the price of a house. Let me let more people on. Admit all. All right, we're going to go on a walk today. I know this sounds really weird. We're going on a walk to Creek Street because where else do you go in Ketchikan? Why, you're trying to catch a halibut bigger than you. I'm on it, Val. That's not in today's forecast, but it's in Friday's, and I'm working on Friday. So I'm just going to get us out of the marina here. Clark's around here somewhere with my dog. We'll find him eventually. But I thought you guys might want to see where I'm staying. It's absolutely beautiful. Our boat's right there. And then in here, in this little harbor area, the humpback whale comes and feeds several times a day. It's Humpback Wednesday. So I was hoping that the humpback would come through while I had you guys on so that you could see it. It makes our boat shake when it comes. I'm going up this way. So see these gangplank things? I have Blue with me. She likes seagulls. I found out the hard way. She almost killed me, dragging me down a gangplank for a seagull. I wanted to kill her. All right, we got our lean coming on. Just bear with me, you guys. We're huffing it. I found Clark and Blue, but I wanted to bring you up here and show you up here what it's like. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Uh-oh, the whale might be back. Hang on. Oh no, it's a boat. That little crab boat's leaving. I saw the water disrupted. Sorry. The water's disrupted. It's usually the whale, but it's a little boat leaving. But yeah, kind of fun.
So when do you ever work, Patti?
When do I what?
When do you ever work? You're always traveling, vacationing.
Hey, I'm working right now. I'm helping you guys, right?
That's true. It's true. One of our benefits. Right?
I'm still letting people in. It looks like you guys are still joining me. Just bear with me. We'll go from there. You're going to have to talk for me when people come up. Okay. Sorry, guys. For those of us just joining me, I am in Ketchikan, Alaska. Just show you the view. It rained all day here yesterday. We had 80-mile-an-hour winds. 80 knots.
80 knots.
80 knots. Winds were blowing at 80 knots on the boat last night. It was quite scary, let me tell you. But absolutely gorgeous here today. It is not raining, although we anticipate it will start raining soon because that's what happens in Alaska. If it's not raining, just wait. Will start shortly. But absolutely beautiful day. And I thought we'd take a walk down to Creek Street because that's what you guys probably know as most familiar with Ketchikan. So I'm going to answer questions as we go.
Make sure that Clark ties you down so you don't fly away.
Did you hear Arlene?
I did. We got her.
Okay.
But we're having a blast. I'm going to flip the camera so you guys can see where we're walking to if I know how to do that. If I turn the camera around, then people won't have to look at me. Oh, there we go. They can look at where we're going. Much better, right, you guys? And if you see me videotaping children, I apologize. That is not my intention. It is just to show you the view. Because it is absolutely gorgeous. I keep looking over to see if the whale will join us. You never know if the whale is going to join us.
What's the temperature there right now?
About 45.
About 45.
That's not bad.
No. And it's not raining. So when it rains, it feels like it's a little colder, but it's not bad. I mean, I'm in a t-shirt and a little rain jacket, nothing crazy.
For Alaska, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Clark says that it rains mostly here in Ketchikan. It doesn't snow much here. And in that atmospheric river that came through, I saw we got 4.5 inches of rain, 5 inches of rain. It was crazy. And then this is one of the ferries that's dry docked right now, getting worked on, just so we're having a little tour as we go. And we do have Blue with us, which is quite interesting, let me tell you. Hang on, more people want in. Yeah, you guys all better get in here. We're taking a tour of Ketchikan today. Welcome to Traveling Wednesday with Widget. We are Wednesday with Widgeting in Ketchikan, Alaska, just so you know. And if I see the whale, I will point it out. Trust and believe that. It's like how long did you say the whale was?
The big one.
There's two of them.
60 or 70 feet. It's a humpback.
There's a humpback whale that comes and swims in this little cove area to go fishing for dinner in this area over here. And the boat we're staying on is over there. We're going for a walk down to Creek Street today, folks. Welcome to Ketchikan. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask me. I know we have quite a few questions in regards to recent legislation and the bureaucracy and bullshit that they're trying to pass in regards to statewide rent control. For those of you that are unaware, they are trying to remove the 5% we hold on a statewide level and only allow us to charge a CPI not to exceed like 5%. It's ridiculous. So, with that said, that's the snollygotter of one. They're also talking about removing all exemptions. So, basically, statewide rent control would apply to all residential housing, and there would be no exemptions for single-family residences, etc.
We beat it, Patti.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. I know that they were voting on that this morning.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, Arlene, for that. I've been a little preoccupied.
So does that mean it's like killed because it died in committee or what?
Yes.
Say it again, Chris.
So it's effectively killed for the rest of the session because it was killed and didn't make it out of the Judiciary Committee?
I'm not sure. I don't know about that, but it got killed. It was on KNX this morning.
Okay.
I just hope he can't bring it up again because he's chair of that committee.
They can every other year was my take on it.
They brought it last year, and I know somehow, even though it failed, it was able to be revived. So
Well, I think it's
sure it'll be
because
back.
they usually tag it on to something else.
Well, there's also something called a gut and amend, but they're probably if it died in committee, it's not very likely. I don't think.
Okay, you guys are all gonna laugh at me, but I need Clark to help me for a second, okay? Can you just hold the
Oh,
camera
yeah,
right
yeah.
there?
Okay.
I desperately need to zip up my jacket, and right now everybody's laughing because Patty needs to zip up the jacket. All of a sudden it got a little chilly. Okay, thank you. All right, we're back at it. And headed to Creek Street. And I'm letting more people walk in. I'm ecstatic to hear that we beat that this morning. I'm sure it'll come back on count at some point or another. It keeps continuing to rear its ugly head. I saw that. It keeps continuing to rear its ugly head. So with that said, I'm sure it'll come back again trying to limit at us. And we'll go from there. For those of you just joining us, and I'm not going to say this again because I'm sure it's getting really irritating. Hi, welcome to Humpback Wednesday with Widget, where we're on a whale hunt. I'm just kidding. We're in Ketchikan, Alaska. It's a beautiful day. Oh, snow-capped mountains.
Deer Mountains with the ridge line behind it.
Deer Mountain with the ridge line behind it. Just so you know, we're on a walking tour in Ketchikan today while I'm answering questions. But my goal is to get you up to Creek Street. So let's see if my short little legs can get us there within the hour. Okay? It's a long walk. I will show you the view. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions you want to. For those of you that have not visited Alaska, welcome. Welcome to Ketchikan. On our right, which is what I'm showing you now, is Tenant Island.
Correct.
Oh, I got that one right. And we're actually going to walk past a house that Clark built as we tour Ketchikan today. And you guys,
How are the salmon doing?
how are the salmon doing?
Yes.
Last salmon season wasn't a great one. But as far as the sustainability of the salmon stocks around Ketchikan and Southeast Alaska, they're doing pretty good. We have good years and bad years. And we'll walk by one of the spawning rivers when we get to Creek Street.
There you go. I should have turned the camera so they could see you
I
talking.
thought I was looking at
My bad.
Hey, Patty, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Monday we served notice, and actually using the found it on the CAA form, but one of the basis is like to let a contractor or a workman in.
Yes.
So since if you remember, the tenant told us that we are going to have to replace the carpet, and they've kind of like moved out, but not gotten everything out, and they haven't surrendered. So, if we don't hear anything and we go in today, I mean, we'll knock obviously, but we use our keys and go in. Do we leave the notice on the door, or you think just take it?
Hold on. Clark is pointing this out that I have to point this out to you guys. So hold on. Leave the notice on the door. Don't take it away. Okay, they're looking at the giant whale painted on the asphalt, and they're looking at this because local native art. There you go. I was just showing you guys this instead of the ground. I'm sorry. We're almost Creek Street. No problem. I always leave the plethora of notices to the door because when you go take a picture the next time, there's still pictures on the door. So I'm sorry, there's still notices on the door. So it looks like, I mean, sometimes I've shown up in court with a photo to hand the judge. It looks like a phone book, you know? In other words, I've been posting notices on this door so much and they don't take them off. It also shows that if they're not taken off, that they're not there. Okay. So it does have things that can help you when it comes to that, but I always leave the notice. And if I go back another time to serve another notice, I take a picture of the old notice still on the door with the new notice. Apparently we're going to cross the street, so hang on, folks. Oh my God, we did a load of laundry yesterday. It was $12 to wash one load of laundry. $12. $12 at the laundromat.
Where are you?
Huh?
Where are you?
Ketchikan, Alaska. Hey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
So we're going to Creek Street, famous Creek Street, and I figured I'd walk you guys past the shops this way. So on the walk, you can window shop with me. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. I like that one. The whale tail, go figure. We've been sharing our harbor with a humpback whale since I got here for the last few days. He or she comes in and feeds about every 30 minutes. It's awesome. I was going to sit there and just wait for the whale to pop up, but I thought, what if she doesn't come back? And then I wasted a whole Widget's way and only showed you the harbor. So I figured it would be better if we went for a walk.
Hey, Patty, is there a new requirement as of January 1st? Something about secure communications and application submission laws that needs to go through some type of encrypted, I don't know what. Do you know anything about that?
No, but for the safety of the tenant, you should be using encryption on your applications anyway. We don't want to deal with identity theft. I mean, it sucks, and you don't want to be the provider of it. So the more protection you can offer them, this is how I look at it. What would I want if it was me?
You know of a service that is good, or anybody else out there that is sort of like an online situation and, it complies with all the current regulations?
Yeah, any of the credit screening services do that. Agla has a plethora of them. I think they have 4 of them that they offer. Sorry, we're window shopping, you guys. I see them. Stone sculptures in the back. All right, we're just gonna keep on going. Sorry, everybody. Somebody yell at me if there's something you just gotta see and go back for, okay?
This is the best store in Ketchikan. Family owned and operated for 40 years.
Awesome. Oh, the salmon store. I'll be back. My followers are gonna be like, we want salmon. Thank you.
Do they do farming of salmon there? I just bought some smoked salmon from the store and it said it added coloring to it. What's the coloring? Hopefully it's just like beets or something. It's not like red dye number 5, is it?
No, I would say that was probably meat coloring. We don't farm salmon in Alaska, but we're right next to Canada and they do that. If it says Alaskan salmon on it, it is wild caught Alaskan.
Sorry, I don't know where we're going, so I'm kind of just letting you lead.
We're doing good.
And it's funny because when you walk down the streets, you can tell by the signage what is owned by the cruise ship companies. So Clark educated me on quite a bit here, and I was very, very interested because the cruise ship companies aren't running right now. It's their off season. They're closed for the season. You cannot get a Norwegian cruise, an Alaskan cruise, or otherwise. The cruise ship season is cut down. So what you see open now is local businesses only. Wait, what did Patti just say? That's right. The cruise ship industry owns half of this town. It's their businesses that they put up that the tourists get attracted to, that stuff that was most likely bought in China. And it's in the off season where you get to support the local businesses rather than the ones owned by the cruise ship companies. And there's a place that we walked earlier. The dog's tired. Look, the dog's tired. She doesn't want to walk anymore. She's so funny. Are we going straight? Okay, so the cruise ship area owns lots of area and lots of housing. So I thought that was really interesting. And if you guys have more questions, feel free to ask them. Like I said, I'm just taking you to Creek Street.
Patti, I put a question in the chat, but I can read it to you.
Wonderful, just because I'm trying to walk so I can get you to Creek Street before the hour's over. I got short legs and a tired dog.
Oh, no problem. So this goes back to last week. I mean, I try to work with tenants as best I can and keep rents low for good tenants, but I have to raise rent. Well, I think I have to raise rent to the max for that one property. Remember with the gross stove? Well, the house is pretty much, I mean, I think destroyed. Maybe I'm
What
sure
city
you've
is it
seen
in?
San Bernardino.
Raise the rent 7.5%.
But I guess my question to you, and I know you can't like give me a right or wrong answer. It's kind of just a personal business decision. But what would you do? Because they could barely afford the current rent. So I'm like, okay, if I raise it the max, I feel like I'm going to go through an eviction because they can barely afford what the current rent. So is it best to not raise it the max and just raise it a little bit, or I don't know. But then I also feel like I'm shortchanging myself because there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the inside.
Bingo. And you're not going to get blood out of a turnip. So collect what you can get while you can get it.
Okay, so then should I maybe not raise rent to the max and then have them, because right now they're already on a payment plan for some of the essential repairs, like the smoke alarms, they took those down, for the like habitability things, broken windows, stuff like that. But obviously like the interior doors some of them are all busted.
Charge them to the max.
So for the rent increase.
Yes. They're already destroying the unit. Hang on, I'm going to try to get away from whatever's making all this noise. Hang on. We're at Creek Street. Oh my God. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Creek Street before in Ketchikan, Alaska, but it shouldn't look like this.
Welcome to Creek Street.
Where it is a raging river and somebody's got a flood going on. All right, ask me the question again. Squirrel.
So you're saying raise the rent to the max and have them get out, which means
Look,
I would obviously probably have to do an eviction.
They're already damaging your property. They're already doing it. Okay, you're already having them pay you back for what they did. Okay, here's the problem with that. They're only continuing to do more damage on top of it. Mm-hmm. So, in my opinion, oh, look, a tree fell. Oh, good Lord. Wait just a second, you guys. You see how tall that goes up there? Can you guys tell? Look at, and then the tree right here. We had really bad winds last night. It's up to you. It's a business decision. We both know that if you push them to their max, it's going to force you to pay to evict them. So you could do a smaller rent increase, but you definitely need to do a rent increase regardless.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, and then we're going to stop really quick so I can explain something right here. Is this where it is?
The vernacular?
This is the vernacular tram. It's open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. And it takes you on this little mine car ride, for lack of a better way to explain it.
See if it's on.
Up there, it's up at the top. I can see it. Up there to go eat at a restaurant, and then you can come back down. Oh, he might summons the tram. If he does, you guys will get to see it come down. He might not. It's not moving. But I just love the old benches and the things of that nature. And to answer your question, yes, we got to just think, if it's going to cause an eviction, is that something we want to go through? Here, I'm going to walk this way so you guys can see Creek Street while he's farting around with the tram because it's not moving. If all of a sudden it's at the bottom and I miss it, I'm sorry. They're talking about the survival of the salmon and how they dry it. And Clark said this is usually full of salmon and we could probably fish here right now, but we can't keep what we catch because it's out of season. And no, the mine car didn't move.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. It opens at 3 p.m. If you guys have questions today, please ask them. It's a little bit more difficult for me to read your questions while we're walking down Creek Street. We are at Creek Street, Ketchikan, Alaska. Next week, where will we be? We'll be back in Alaska at the Bay.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah. We'll still be in Alaska next week. But I just thought it would be a nice little walk to take you guys on the Creek Street walk here in Ketchikan while we were live. So
Patty,
we're
I've
gonna
got a management question.
go ahead.
I have a new tenant in the townhouse, moved in with a dog and a cat, and had a dog that was quote unquote on hospice that they didn't think was going to live.
I remember this, but yeah, keep talking to me.
Okay, so I only charged them for 2 pets and said,
Okay.
you know, well, now they've been in, they moved in September. It's already January. The dog doesn't look like it's dying. It's walking better than I am. So,
sorry, I'm not laughing at you.
yeah, no. So, I mean, at what point do I say, you know, you've got 3 animals. I want the extra $50 a month.
It becomes extremely challenging because is Larceau going to now look at that like it's an illegal rent increase?
Mm.
Okay. And that's me being honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Chris to pipe in and go, well, you could, but he's not. So just hang on. If he pipes in, we'll know. Yeah, see? It's because it's in Larceau, I think it would be looked at as an illegal rent increase at this point.
Patty, I think he got off the call. He said,
Okay.
hey, everyone, nice to see you. Got to run early today.
Okay, thank you for helping me because I can't see what's coming up because I'm trying to make sure that my dog don't get ate by a bear. Because there she is. And she's a huffing and a puffing. But look at this. Everything is so green. The whole forest floor is covered with these ferns. And they're just laid down almost flat because of the weight of the rain. They said we got 5 inches of rain in one day, you guys. It was no joke. And see the berries? See the little red berries on the bush? I don't know if you guys can see those. They're like right there. It's like almost within my arm's reach, only I got little midget digits and that don't work well.
So when we have to renew do the rent increase in September, if they still have the dog, can I add that then?
As long as it doesn't go over the city's allotted amount.
So I can never really make that up.
Bingo.
Well, that's not really fair. I mean, what if somebody moves in with 1 animal and then they get 2 more animals or something?
There's
during
the
the
likelihood of them arguing that it is going to be considered an illegal rent increase in the middle of the term of the tenancy is very high. You could argue till you're blue in the face it was for a pet, it was for pet rent, and It's up to the judge, and in LA, we're just not seeing them side with us regarding these things at this
Right.
time. At
But
this
they would
time,
be,
not
but
the
they would be
change.
okay if the pet died and you reduced the rent. That they'd
Oh,
be
of
okay with.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. All righty. I probably should have just charged them in the beginning and not been nice. Okay.
Well, no. And looking back, we were also trying to get that place rented, and if that's
Now I
what
understand.
if that's what it took, that's a small
Yeah.
price to pay.
Yeah. Okay.
Change
All right.
change
Thanks.
our
Thanks for the
perspective.
info.
I
Thanks for
can't
the
say
info.
I can't say anything about this particular building, but I'm sure you guys understand.
They're both men and women. Can you
We're
get a
both
little closer so I can read it?
okay. I'll read it. Ready? Dolly's house, where both men and salmon came upstream to spawn. Historic red light tour. So it's a brothel. It's a vintage little old brothel. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Dolly's house. Do
Patty,
anybody hold on, I have a question and it's me being nosy now. Does anybody live in these little houses that are like this?
There are apartments here. I don't think Dolly's house has an apartment. Mid-Lease, there's apartments up top.
Okay, I see some of them have apartments on top. That makes sense. I just
Dolly's rents by the hour.
Right?
exactly. Oh, look, here's another one called the Captain's
With
Lady
no rent control.
with no rent control. I'm glad we're having a good time with this, you guys. A Captain's Lady says it's closed. Doesn't necessarily mean that the cruise lines own it, but it does make you raise an eyebrow. Some of the locals only have their businesses open certain times of the year, but for the most part, it seems like the locals are open all the time. They want your money. Okay, where are we going? So that was Historic Creek Street. You guys may have seen it in several movies, videos, things of that nature. Welcome to famous Creek Street. Somebody screenshot that for me. It's a beautiful photo in Ketchikan, Alaska. And we're just kind of walking around the town today. Clark's keeping the dog under control because she likes to lunge at cars, believe it or not. And we're just going to keep walking until he tells us we're going a different direction. Right?
Cross the street right here.
Okay, we're going to cross the street and maybe head back. He's trying to make sure I don't go to the yarn store. That's what's happening. He is desperately trying to keep me from the yarn store. For those of you that don't know, I crochet. And I really want some yak wool. That little dog is like, I want to go play with Blue. And Blue's like, yeah, not happening. So just showing you guys the little different harbors and things of that nature. And we're going to keep going on a little walk. And if you guys have questions, ask them. If you don't feel like asking them, type them in the chat. And one of our members will read the chat to me because I'm trying to walk, hold my iced tea, and enjoy the view. It's quite challenging at times. Saw a few bald eagles yesterday, so hopefully we see some today. It's weird because you can usually just see them sitting out doing bird-like things.
I have a question. This is if any of you use any particular company for your balcony inspections, I have two stairways that I'm just going to have them come out and look at. And I got a quote. It seems like there's a company called, and I got these out of the AGLA book. There's a company called Commercial Real Estate Inspectors, and they basically took my address over the phone and just said, "Oh, we'll look at it via Google Maps," and then they gave me a price of $1,000. And then there was another company that actually sent the inspector out to do a free estimate. and that's LA Construction Consultants, and they were $900. Would you go with the people that actually came out and looked at the place?
And they were cheaper?
They're $100 cheaper. So it sounds like they're like, it's about $400 to $500 per staircase they'll do like come and do the inspection.
Got you. And I think that sounds reasonable to me. Does anybody else think that that's unreasonable, or have they had better luck elsewhere?
I had better luck. I was a lot less than that. I don't know how great the inspection was, but I didn't really have any problems. But I used the guy Ephraim from Contractive. He's got a big ad in the Agla magazine too. But I did it 3 or 4 years ago, before it was kind of popular. So he may have been a lot less expensive then. But you can try him. But he came out.
Okay. Anybody else? Has anyone else used anybody recently for their balcony inspection? Okay.
Sorry, I just had to stop and share the view. It's so pretty. Look at this. I'm in my element, that's for sure. The balcony inspection fines for not having it done are atrocious. So for those of you that are saying I'm not going to do it at all, watch yourself. They're atrocious. Don't be that person. Make sure you have those balconies inspected. I have no doubt your tenant will use it as a habitability claim against you.
Yep. Yeah. Someone just typed in someone used American Retrofitters. They charged $1,000. So it sounds like that's about the going rate. Okay. I'll go with the company. I felt pretty good about them coming out. And the guy said my place looked really clean. He didn't think there would be any issues, but they don't know until they actually start to inspect. So, okay.
Okay, you guys get ready, because I think this looks familiar to me. And we're going to be walking through the area where the cruise ships own all of it. And they put in their stuff made in China and sell it to you guys, or the people on the cruise ship, for ridiculous amounts of money, and it's from China. So I just wanted to show you guys what they look like. So if you ever come to Ketchikan, Alaska, you will not shop there. It looks very corporate America-y versus the other stores that look very mom and pop-ish in their signage. Okay? If it looks like a mom and pop sign, you probably want to go in there. If it looks like they had it printed somewhere, run. All right, more questions come up in the chat about anything, or does anybody need to ask me anything? Feel free to ask now. Otherwise, we're headed back to the boat to see if the whale has reared her head yet.
Patti, I have a question.
Yes.
And it's balcony related. I own 2 rental properties on the same property. One of them has 2 balconies, and I'm looking to get them actually repaired. The membrane is a little cracked and whatnot. Per the whatever state balcony law, I don't need to get them inspected, correct? Because I have under 3 properties, correct?
No, they all have to be inspected. Anything with an elevated walkway.
Did they change that? I could have sworn I read that 3 or less you did not need.
No. Single family doesn't.
Single
any
family.
rental does.
There you go. Single family homes not required. Anything that is a rental does.
Anything that is a rental. Okay, because the one property does not have any balconies. The second is an ADU, and it has 2 small, like, sort of Juliet balconies. Now, technically, I think I'm multifamily. So then you're saying, yes, I need to get a inspection.
Holly,
Holly. Yep.
If it's a Juliet balcony and they can't stand on it, you don't need it done.
Yeah, they can stand on it. It's more, it's
Okay,
sort of
then
okay.
you need it.
Well, they're getting repaired anyway. Can the repair company write would that qualify, or I have to go with a separate person to give me a balcony inspection?
The
The law
person doing,
changed it. The law
go ahead.
changed it. Yeah, when it first started, you had to have two separate companies. Now you can use the same company, but there are certain requirements. They need certain certifications. The contractor has a certain, I don't remember exactly what the letter is, but there's a certain classification that they have to have. You can look it up online to do the
Okay.
work.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I just want to show you guys something.
Thank you.
See how on every window they have it printed with like printing stuff, like stuff that's printed like at a printing company? That's corporate America. The cruise ship owns those shops. Cruise ship owns these shops. Cruise ship owns those shops. Anything that looks like it has a great deal up in the window, the cruise ship company owns. Just so you guys know. Hope that makes sense. Trying to help you spend your money where it's needed or wanted or well deserved.
Hey, Patty, quick question on housekeeping. If a tenant just doesn't have great housekeeping skills, especially to the owner's expectation, I've told them that's what security deposits are for, but what's the best way, or is there any way to tell them, hey, you need to clean this place up a little bit?
Are you ready for this?
Very.
Cause you ain't gonna like it. This is a much better view than what I'm about to say to you. Trust me. Okay, so here's what I'm about to say to you. Are you ready?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Everybody has a different yardstick of cleaning. Ask your teenage kids. Okay, now that that's sunk in, because everybody has a different yardstick of cleaning, the only person that can enforce cleaning along those lines would be the health department or code enforcement. And let's face it, it ain't that dirty. Let's be honest, it ain't.
Yeah.
Or you'd be doing something about it because you'd be dealing with smells and everything else.
Yeah.
So with all that said, it's just a yardstick. And if you're in LA, it's not something you want to argue.
Yeah.
You know what I did, Patty? I had the pest control people go in, and they talked to the tenant and said, we suggest to prevent any further issues that you do X, Y, and Z.
There you go. It needs to be a third party, not the landlord telling them that they're filthy pigs. You have a much better chance.
Okay, yeah, it's just pressure from landlords. I myself, if it's just dirty now, if it's waste or filth or something, yeah, I'll address that. But like, oh
Pick and choose your battles. I mean, they're all upset because they let Grandma Lily's roses die. And, she brought those over when she came to this country. And it's very upsetting when you rent your own house and realize that the wear and tear, you don't see that happening. It is very, very upsetting to a independent landlord. And just remind them over and over again, you turned your investment property into a business.
Yeah, I tell them they have to look at it like an Excel spreadsheet. They're not guests in their home.
Yeah. Yeah. This is now a business. It is no longer your family home.
But when I did my 6-month preventative inspection, the shower was gross. And I told them that they need to clean it, and I'll be back in 3 days to check it. And they cleaned it.
Well, yeehaw, thank you that they cleaned it. A lot of times we're not so fortunate when we tell them that. Okay. Just so you guys know, we're going to do a little tour of the Ketchikan Harbor really quick. This is the long part of the harbor where they park the cruise ships. So this is where everybody gets off of the cruise ship when they come to Ketchikan, Alaska. I think Clark said they can park 2 along here, and then they can anchor 2 out in the harbor and then tender them over. But all of these shops that run right along where you get off the cruise ship are all owned by the cruise ship company. The leather store, the diamond store, the jewelers, the this, the that. It's all owned by them. And usually if there's apartments above it, it's for their employees for housing. I had no idea they owned half the city. I thought that was very interesting. Sorry, I'm done with my little lesson for the day. We're headed back to the boat to see if the whale's in for feeding. And if we see her along the way, we'll point her out.
Patty, is it okay if I ask Holly a question if she's still on the line? It was about, I think last time she said she was in estate, was it like estate sales? And so I have to do that. It's out of state though. So I just wanted to see if she had any tips on that.
On estate sales?
Yeah, because we're going to go with an estate sale company. So it's in Nevada. And so I've never done that before. So I called around, and it seems like kind of like a good option. The only thing was it's a small town. So then they kind of implicitly were kind of like, oh, be careful with those other, there's some companies, and I won't mention any names, that you need to be careful with. And so I'm like, okay, and multiple companies did that. So
in a small town, that's usually their ex-husband. I'm just playing.
Yeah, maybe it is normal, but I'm like, oh, maybe we shouldn't go this route. Like if everyone's like kind of, not saying anything bad, but they just like mentioned like some. So I didn't know if there's anything to look out for, or like if they should be certified appraisers. The majority weren't. There was just one who was. So any tips that you have on that?
Yeah, you should not pay out of pocket for anything up front. Typically it's a 60-40 split or a 50-50 split, but they should not ask you to pay for anything. That makes them work harder, to advertise and get people in the door. And
they're working for their money if they get nothing up front.
Right. We, I don't own the company. I just work for the company, but I know she does not, she covers security, but we do super high end Beverly Hills ones. But, yeah. And just read reviews, go on Yelp or, have you gone on estatesales.net?
No, I haven't. I just looked up like on Yelp estate sales companies like within that area, but I haven't actually gone to that specific website.
Yeah, go to estatesales.net and type in the zip code for where the house is and look to see who the local estate sale companies are and go check out, and they're at one of their estate sales. I don't know what your time frame is, but if you can or have somebody that's there, go walk through and see, are they professional or are they, a wreck? We are extremely professional. Sometimes we do security guards. We're very careful. And the other thing is an estate sale company should pay you what you're due about a week after the completion of the estate sale. That's really important. They should have like a really good contract you can review.
Okay, got it. Thank you for that.
Sure.
I appreciate it. One other question. When they determine the price for stuff, this is where we were kind of concerned. We're like, okay, if they're just like lowballing kind of everything, which I mean, obviously they get a percentage, so they don't want to lowball it, too much, but at the same time, like maybe they won't want to put in the effort. How do you go about, is that something that you just recommend like the homeowner to actually research and then figure out, the pricing? I just don't want there to be like a dispute on it, but then at the same time, that's what I want them to do is the research. That's what I'm paying them for. But I just didn't know, if something's worth 1,000, but they're like, screw it, we'll just do 500, and then they get 250, and then we get, 250. Right. I don't know what's acceptable.
I don't know. I want to take up everybody's time here. I'm happy to reach out to you separately if you like.
I'm finding this very educating.
Is this interesting to everyone? I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah, okay. We're all interested. Go, baby, go.
So the company I work for, my boss is a certified appraiser. So there's that. And I mean, we're doing sales that, the auction houses have come through and taken all the fine art for the most part, but there's still very valuable items in the homes. And we're a team, depending on the size of the house, we're a team of 4 to 6 people. And we spend at least, depending on the size of the house, we'll spend at least 4 to 5 days going through literally every item and researching it. It's very easy to research things these days with Google Chrome. You just, you take a picture of it and you search it. And eBay is your friend, and they'll tell you how much it is. You can find everything on there. And, then we look to see, okay, is this a really hot item? And we price it accordingly. If something is buy it now on eBay, we'll add a little bit to it because of the convenience of, hey, you're in the estate sale, and depending on the person's home, it has a little cachet to it. We want to make money for our client. And usually the first day is full price. And then the second day, it's up to you or the client to say, okay, second day, everything will be 50% off. Because, you want to make money. You also want to get rid of stuff, right? So we get a lot of complaints that our prices are too high, but we sell our stuff. We make money for our clients, and the clients are always happy. We had one client, he didn't believe we would do it, and he was blown away at what we did.
The whale's out. The whale's out, and it's coming right for us, you guys. I'm running. It's right on the edge of the water. Hang on.
So there are all kinds of estate sale companies. There's companies like ours that will research everything. There are companies that will just open the door and eyeball what you have in your hands and say, I'll take $15 for everything you have. And I not only work for estate sale companies, I like to attend estate sales. And, I've gotten some things that at the companies that don't research, like I got a beautiful piece of Murano glass that they were like $10. And when I got home, I looked it up and it was $150. So, I don't know what you have in the house, but, mid-century modern stuff is hot right now. And, you'd be surprised by what people have. Not everybody has the sexy stuff. My father passed this year and my sister wanted to do an estate sale. And I was like, he just didn't have a collection. He just didn't have it. And we ended up just giving everything to the buyer. So anyway, I hope that helps. And for Val in Anaheim, check out Detail Estate Sales. They're down in Orange County. And everyone, just go on estatesales.net. That's my pro tip. You'll find all the estate sale companies there in your area. Type in your zip code, where your property is, and you'll find the estate sales companies.
There he is. We're chasing a whale, folks.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you so much, Holly. It's good to know that if anything that they price or at least that some companies would kind of do a little bit more. Because I was thinking that they were going to lowball everything, but so I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. Thank you.
They shouldn't lowball. That's not a good company. It should be fair, but they shouldn't lowball. And again, you'd be surprised, certain items have a lot more value than the client realizes, so, and estate sales are kind of hot right now.
Okay. Sorry, you guys. We chased the whale for a while, but it's going right into our area where the boat is. So bear with us and we can go have a look and see if we can see them from this side. I got short legs. Thank you, Holly, for helping us with the estate sales. That's awesome. I'm extremely grateful that we have somebody that knows. Look at all the people are coming running to come see the whale. And it comes by like every 45 minutes. It's so funny. We're spoiled. All the people are coming running. It comes by every 30 minutes. I don't. When I first saw it, I screamed. The second time it came through, I yelled a bad word and I was on the phone helping an AGLA member. And if that happened to be you, I'm sorry. And then I'm kind of not as ecstatic about it because it's so often. I mean, it's every 40 minutes. You hear that?
That well's name should be Old Faithful.
Yeah, right? Can we go down this first? Okay, we're going down a berth I've never been down before, but we might have a better view of it. Just so you know, these things get freaking wet and they're slipperier than you could even imagine.
Oh, we just got big. Yeah, so you're on the. No, I'm on vacation. Oh,
Hang on, and we might see the whale. Just hang on, hang on. It usually comes up over by our boat. And there's a bunch of people down here waiting. And it'll come up over by the boat. Did you guys see the whale at all? Did that help? Did it work? He usually comes up in this one over here. Let's head over here. He likes this edge in here. I know because it scares the crap out of him. That boat right there is Clark's boat. And I sit there. Oh, there he is. There he is. He scared all the seagulls. He's going to come right out on the end of this point. So I'm going to try to stand where you guys were, we could see him. Ooh, the water's moving. Hang on. And then it'll come back this way.
Coming out of the water?
Are you on a cruise in Alaska?
No, my boyfriend owns a 45-foot bayliner. You see it right there?
Oh, wow.
So we came here and then we're just staying on his boat.
Nice. How cold is it?
48.
Oh, that's not bad.
It should come back up right here. Just bear with me because I got this little ship's pattern, and I shouldn't say little ship. It's about 80 feet long. Just hang on, folks. You can usually tell where it is because the birds run. Did you guys see it earlier when I was trying to point it out? There it is.
No. Is it coming out of the water?
It's just shooting out its spray. So it's over here between these two boats. I'll walk down and see if we can't catch its spray again. And then watch, it'll come right back over here where Clark's boat is. But all you can really see is the of it breathing and then a little bit of the humpback before it goes back under. It's not showing its tail because it's not deep enough for it to use its tail in here. Oh, it just did it. Did you see it? There's the hump right in front of that blue boat. Okay, which tells me he's going this way. So let's see if we can follow him for you guys. So he just came out right there where that blue boat is. Right there. And it'll probably come right up here somewhere. Let's see. My guess is he'll turn in that way and come this way. Probably right about here. Everybody's very, very quiet. It's over there. And its tail's out. Did you guys see it? It's right next to Clark's boat. And then, oh, it exhaled over there, and then it'll come back this way. It's going to come right back out at this point. I promise you. See? Right there,
Look,
guys. See
now
it?
we saw.
No? There. It's a Loch Ness Monster. And then it usually turns and comes back out this way. So let me see if it'll do it again. I watched this thing all day yesterday. It has patterns. Yeah. Yeah. Usually comes right back up over right around in this area. And if he doesn't come right back up over here, he comes right back up over there. And then if he's going that way, you got 2 more chances to see him before he leaves. All right.
Are these the whales that come down to California?
Yes. There's this one that happens to be hanging out in the harbor because it's hanging out in the harbor. There's actually 2 of them. One has a jacked up dorsal fin and the other one doesn't. That's how I know the difference. That's how I knew there were 2. That's the first time I've ever seen them turn on their side in here, though. They're calling the whale. All right, you guys, I'm going to keep moving. Does anybody else have any questions for me? I didn't mean to tie up the whole day with our little Ketchikan adventure. Last night, it was really funny. This big ship right here opened its horn and had a spotlight on a boat or something that was about to hit it, to drift into it. And we had winds of 80 knots last night. It was really bad here. So we're kind of protected in this little cove from that big ship. Because we're over there. And I didn't know what to do. I turned to Clark and he said, something bad is about to happen. And I was like, okay, but he didn't give me any instructions. So all I knew what to do was put my shoes on. I didn't know. So I'm going to laugh if I'm doing this and the whale comes up. So see the blue boat right there? And then the white boat, and then there's one more white boat. We're the second white boat. So blue boat, white boat, second white boat. And that whale will come up right next to the boat and scare the crap out of me. I don't think it's in the harbor anymore. It would have come up by now. All these people are waiting for nothing.
Well,
All right.
thanks, Patti. This was fun. This was a fun visual journey with you. Thank you.
Well, hey, I'm glad I can entertain you. What can I say? No, thank you for joining me. I mean, I appreciate it, and I'm really glad I get to share it with you guys. Last week we were in Death Valley looking at torrential downpours, and all of the things that Death Valley had to offer this time of year. I'm gonna rewind the camera and see if there's questions in there I need to answer. So bear with me really quickly. I think that would be rude if I got out of here without even looking. So let me do that real fast. Last week we were in Death Valley, I believe. Yes, we were in Death Valley at Artist Canyon and I forgot what other one. Where were we at, you guys? I'm just glad I can share this with you if you're unable to do it on your own. Val, how did I get up here with my dog? My boyfriend Clark works for the ferry system. He's a bowsman, basically the supervisor of the deck crew. And because he works for the Alaska State Ferry, he travels for free. So he came with his truck, his dog, and I paid as a walk-on. So employees get to travel with their animals for free and themselves. So that was wonderful. I'm just looking at anything in here that I need to address while I have you guys on here. Everything looks like it's pretty good. The perfect tour. Thanks for saving us a trip. Oh, get out of here. I'll take you guys all over the place. Wait till next week when no, I'm kidding. No, my goal is to do a lot more of this with you guys. I love it. So why not share it with you guys? Anybody else have anything before I get off of here? Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to end this for today. I hope you have a wonderful evening. We're going to go have a burger and a beer right there. Babe, how much is it for a burger and a beer? $10 for a burger and a beer right there. And then the boat's right there. And I think one of his kids may be coming over. It might be poker night. We'll let you know. We'll go from there. If anybody needs anything, feel free to call me. I am traveling with Starlink, so I do have Wi-Fi capabilities. And I seem to have a really good signal here. We haven't been using Starlink today, and I walked through Creek Street. So seems like I got good cell phone signal here, which is wonderful. If you guys need anything else, let me know. Have a wonderful week. I will do the same, and we'll be back live with Wednesday with Widget next Wednesday, where you can wonder where I'm at next. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Love everybody. Bye.